I'm lost and I'm crazed every day. It's a struggle, wiping tears from my eyes, telling self that I love you cause I know it's hard. But
it's your one and only StressLyfe, aka Rise Up Ray, aka StressLyfe, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Check this out. I got a new podcast called Stress It, where we speak our truth. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go to church and you say amen to the pastor, you gonna say stress it. That's how we gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I got a few people with me, you know what I'm saying, to touch on a particular topic. Wanna introduce yourself?
Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Malik the Barber, 912. Come see me.
Straight up.
Yo, y'all know what's happening, man. It's your boy T.P.S. Kelz, man. Follow me on 4K. TTG Kelz, man, on Instagram, man. Artist, entrepreneur, all that.
Yes, Lord.
Y'all already know. It's your girl, Empress Makalani.
For sure. And Jive.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all know who I am.
Yeah. Bernardo, so look, man. Today's topic, co-parenting.
Mm-hmm.
Co-parenting. First, I want to give a shout out to all of the single mothers, all of the single fathers, and even the ones that's the parents that's like they not together, but they still take care of their kids, and not only they take care of their kids, they have a respectful relationship with each other with the co-parenting. So and even the ones who actually in a relationship, still shout out to all y'all because y'all take care of y'all kids. But I want to talk about the ones that don't take care of their kids. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, with me, I have a son. He's 3 years old. The mother of my child, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really know her like that. But as time went by, when we broke up, you feel me, I was able to get to know her for real. And once I was able to get to know her, I realized she wasn't a good mother. So I had to do the father duties and the mother duties. And it's not a, you know what I'm saying, easy job. And I'm pretty sure, like, y'all can relate to that. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I'm gonna say it's relatable, not more say personally with me,
Yeah.
but seeing a lot of my brothers actually go through the same thing.
For sure.
Especially trying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, and not really getting the recognition, and not saying that they need that, but saying that sometimes that recognition is needed in order for extra motivation and people to keep going.
Right.
And seeing that they don't get the same kind of recognition as, I'm gonna say, a single mother, it's kind of, it's like, yeah, you're really seeing, you know what I'm saying, the blind part of things.
Yeah. You know, growing up, right, my mom and my daddy, they've been together till my daddy finally met his demise some years back. God bless his soul. And my pops, amazing father. Would do anything, everything, you know what I'm saying, for his kids. He took care of us. He didn't play that. But what made it easy for my daddy to do that, our mother didn't, you know what I'm saying, she wasn't being like the bitter person. Because there was times that they didn't, you know what I'm saying, see eye to eye with each other. And due to the fact they didn't see eye to eye with each other, there was times where, you know, mama had to pack the bags and we had to go to grandma's house, you know what I'm saying? And there was times where, you know, due to that, we couldn't see our pops like that. However, she didn't keep us from him. You know what I'm saying? If he wanted to see us, he could see us. And I feel like not every female have that mindset to believe that fathers are is important too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
They're definitely more. This is important to especially little girls.
Yeah, yeah.
Due to the fact when they see whatever their dad is doing, that gives them the image to look for a mate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if you out there doing whatever, that's the kind of mate you're gonna end up with.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10.
Yeah. That's real.
Yeah, I agree.
That's real.
You know, and father always an important role in the household. And not only that, I commend not only that, I commend a stepfather that's willing to take you know what I mean,
Stress
take
it.
that responsibility, you know what I'm saying, step him and be like, you know what, I see what's going on. You know what I mean? I'm gonna love that child like it's my own. You know what I mean?
Right.
Continue to take on that responsibility.
Right.
You know what I mean? Despite what the baby mother and the baby father may be going through, you know what I'm saying? Personally, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He may see that and still, fall back and not even intervene. You know what I'm saying? That's a prized stepfather. You know what I mean? I'm grateful to have that. You know what I'm saying as well. My situation is real different, but like I said, I'm blessed nonetheless to learn throughout the whole. You know what I'm saying? Process of it. You know what I mean?
Would you care to you ain't got to be to the depths of it, but like what your situation is like? You know what I'm saying?
It was just more kind of similar on the grounds of yours.
Okay.
Met someone amazing person at the time that that we was seeing each other. Thought you knew the individual. Time went past. Things happen.
Yeah.
But after that, it was seeming like I don't know if other things may have caused impact on how she might have thought I was going to react against my child. But at the same time, I'm like, no, that's my child. I'm gonna be there for my child regardless. Right. But it was just more of like she was, moving along, trying to create her own family picture.
Right.
Now I'm saying I respect that, but at the same time, that's my child.
Right.
You know what I mean, so it was a battle between seeing her, trying to be with her, and everything like that. But having good people on my side as well. My parents is like, hey, just be cool, be calm. You know what I mean, be patient. That everything don't roll over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And throughout time, now the development is great. You know what I mean? Like me and my daughter, that's my ace. That's my twin. You know what I'm saying? Like what I'm doing right now, she actually trying to do it. So I see what you're saying. You know what I mean? So, but going through that situation taught me a lot. Sometimes it's not exactly what you want to do at that time for your child. And sometimes that time is needed for you to build yourself up as well.
Exactly.
That's real, yeah. It's funny that you say that because there was a time where when me and the mother of my child had broken up, at the time I didn't believe that she was for real about it. You know what I'm saying? I really thought she was just in her feelings and we gonna get back together. I ain't tripping about it.
Yeah.
And when I saw that she really moved on, I said this was like my first family for real. So it really had gotten to me to like, okay, it came from sleeping with her and my son on one bed to me sleeping by myself. You know what I'm saying? Me waking up by myself. And just going through that experience, it did bother me. And but it got worse once the person that she was dealing with was around my child without my consent. You know what I'm saying? And I want to talk about that because I don't understand why. Empress, I know you here. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be respectful. You feel me?
Yeah.
But I just got to keep it 100.
Keep it a buck.
I don't understand why women feel like they're entitled to, I don't have to talk to the father to where my child could be around. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that's just like so, like,
disrespectful?
Extremely. Because you got to understand, like I told her, you don't know this dude. You learning him. So why is you have him around my child? See, if you let me meet this guy and let me, you know what I'm saying, let him, feel my energy and I feel his energy, then we could go from there.
It'll be a problem with that.
It's ridiculous. And I just want to know, Empress. Now I know you don't have kids. I know. However, you're a female. And I just want to know why some females have that mindset. You know what I'm saying?
I can say one. Some of it may be guided with, bitterness and jealousy. But another aspect is, how women, when they're in a relationship with a man, they kind of give the man some authority of who they deal with and who they don't deal with. And so when you're apart, it's like, you're not my man no more. You can't tell me who I could be with.
But he's still a father.
But you're telling me who I can have around my child, and that's granted. But I'm also a mother. I'm also most women. Most women.
Okay.
Most women. You saw that, right?
Yeah, okay.
All right. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm aware.
Go ahead.
Most women, as a mother, like the mother I would be.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have my child around a man that I don't see that is fit to be around my child. And if you don't think he is fit, that's not my problem, because I'm going to do my due diligence as a mother to make sure he's not woo. But if you feel something, because I'm an energy person too, and if I know that I know some men are jealous, some men are authoritative seekers. They want to be in control. Like, if I know who you are, then I'm going to be like, okay, I know who you are. If you're trying to be controlling, then I'm going to stop you right there. If I know that you're an energy type of person, then I'm going to hear you out. Like, okay, what you feeling? And you know what I'm saying? I'm going to take heed, and then I'm going to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? But you're not my father. You're his father. When you have him, you don't want me to say, if you in love or like a girl, you don't want me to be all on top of you about the woman you got. I'm going to respect the fact that you man enough to decipher whether or not she's, when a woman is not the type, when she being mean to your son because she being mean to your son or your daughter because she got her own traumas, or when she's motherly, you can just see it. You shouldn't want my child around a woman who ain't, you know what I'm saying? And if I peep it like, hey, I know my spirit. And if I peep it like, hey, she don't like me and she don't like the me that's in my child, and I see it, then you should take heed as a father. Like, yeah, you probably gonna think I'm jealous and all of that, but a part of you should take heed to it and peep it. And if it's not there, it's not there. And I respect the fact that you probably would not have that woman consistently around my child for the longevity of it. And I expect for you to do the same with me.
What you want to say, Malik?
Me personally, I'm not gonna mess with a female that has that type of spirit against any child, period.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you wouldn't know that off top.
Yeah, when I was dating, in my dating phase, I was going through, okay, I have a child. How do you feel about children? You know what I mean? I'm going to have dealings with my baby mother. So what do you feel about this?
There's a permissible jealousy that does.
Right, I did.
Does play a part. And, it's permissible. Like, I don't know the extent of your relationship with her for real.
Also, too, though, to get deeper to that, like, for an example with me, right? I'm very protective when it comes down to letting my child being around any and everybody. And I'm the type where, like, how you asked the question about how you feel about kids, I'm one of them types where I want to know, like, your background. Like, how was it for you when you was growing up? You know what I'm saying? Like, did you come from a 2-parent home? Like, I want to know your childhood.
Well, what qualifies that? Because I didn't come from a 2-parent home.
Because I'm about to tell you, the reason why, it's not too much of, well, it does play a part in my opinion. But knowing that you didn't come from a 2-parent home, I did. So what you think that's normal might not be normal to me.
That's fine.
You know what I'm saying?
That don't take away from me being motherly.
No, I don't. But I'm just saying though, like, other females might not be motherly as you. Like, when I say this, I'm not talking to you directly.
Yeah.
Like, certain females, they just have a different mindset. So I feel like I have to dig deeper to the roots of knowing who you are and knowing who you was and just knowing how you grew up. So that way I'll be like, all right, cool. Then, I just keep getting to know you a little bit more. I peep the small things to the big things. And then once I have my son around you, my son, and y'all know my child. Y'all see my kid.
Yeah.
My son is like this. When he first meets you, he ain't about to just automatically, you know what I'm saying? He's like, he'll watch you before he start to actually interact with you. Like, just like his daddy. So it's just like, when if I see that my son happens to rock with you, you my partner. I got you. My son ain't rocking with you like that. I ain't rocking with you. And the reason why I want to say that part,
you need to peep why.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, just coming from my personal experience, the person that my baby mama was with at the time, my son don't have a relationship with him. However, he been around him. Now, the woman that I'm with, which is my fiance, he loves her.
And I can tell you the reason why it's not so easy for your son to have a relationship with her boyfriend is because of the depth of his relationship with you. And the reason why it's easy for him to have a relationship with your girlfriend is because of the lack thereof with the depth of his relationship with his mother.
Right,
so because he was with you so much, and of course a young boy is going to want a motherly figure, he probably had some trouble in the beginning wanting mama. You know what I'm saying?
You right.
But after seeing her motherly consistent, Now it's like, oh, that's mama to whatever degree. I was a stepmother who was in a similar situation that raised a child from one.
Yeah.
And my name is baby to her.
Yeah.
But I was mama. You know what I'm saying? And have a hard time with the real mama, but don't play with me. Right. You get what I'm saying? Because that's who I am to her. Yeah. So that's the dynamic there.
Kelz.
Yo.
You and your the mother of your child, y'all not together, right? How it felt to know that another man.
Oh, don't get it twisted. First and foremost, I was livid.
I was
livid because of the simple fact that as a protector and a provider, I felt like that's me.
Yeah,
that's me. Hey, what you doing? I don't need nothing else influencing that. Because I don't know the other man's mindset. I don't know how he been raised, two-parent household. That does play the factor. Now, so I like, people may say it doesn't, but it does. Because as time goes by, you realize that, dang, you know what? That wasn't going on and that wasn't allowed if that other part was in the household.
Right.
So when things go on, it's like, hold on. Like, if I know, especially if I know how you rock when I was with you, and seeing it, I'm like, nah, and I got a daughter at that.
That's a whole
nother topic. Yeah.
Listen, man, I'm about to kick the door.
Shoot, no.
I'm about to kick the door in because the simple fact that respect is listen, respect. Yeah. I'm gonna die about that regardless.
What we talking about that?
Yeah,
dying by your
I'm gonna die about that. You know what I'm saying? And then respect, but my little one, I'm gonna turn this world upside down for that one
and inside out.
Come on,
you feel me?
Right.
And so to see that. Especially if it's not a respect thing, if you're not trying to introduce me to the individual that you're gonna have around my daughter at that, it's a major problem. I've been through that.
Yeah.
Because it's simple fact that I guess you didn't know how I was gonna react. Speaking of her behavior, I'm like, nah, I'm more mature than that. I need to see what's going on. I need to see the individual face because if anything happen, I know who to go to.
But then there's the aspect of not knowing how her new significant other is going to take you.
I ain't worried about that. It ain't got nothing to do with it.
You're not worried about that.
See, what? See, one thing about me and the outfit at that, especially when it comes to your children, you ain't going to play about that. You're going to make sure y'all going to be on level ground before anything. So with any problems, discrepancies that you have with me, hey, let's go and talk about this outside or how we need to do this and get this out of the way.
Truth be told, though, to add to that, in my opinion, I feel like stepdaddy, stepmama, it ain't your business to get involved between the father and the mother of that child.
That's a lie. It depends on the dynamic.
No,
Let me tell you this. No. Speaking from a stepmother's point of view, it depends on the dynamic of the relationship between said father and said mother. If mother was not there and is not there and want to pop up out the blue, okay. But listen, now we hitting it.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm the stepmother for this child since she was 1 year old and she's 6 years old, and now you trying to come back in her life, I done taught her how to wipe her nanny.
That's a different topic.
No, it's not. It's
That's
the same topic. I'm stepmother.
No, listen. I'm talking about as far as a parent that's still being current.
It's present.
It's still being
What is current?
Present.
What is? Oh, I want to be to the open house. And I don't hear from you no more because you want to be on the paperwork to sign the child in and out of school, but I don't hear from you no more for until the next school year.
No,
I'm saying
what is consistent? Like we need a dynamic on that.
I think being consistent in the child's life. You know what I mean? If the said mother is consistent in the child's life, and then you are the stepmother, right? He's saying maybe you don't need to be so much with their interactions between them two, the mother and father. You know what I mean? But I say this for me.
That's rocky.
I say this for me, right? I have this situation.
Because if I'm wife or fiance, that's different too.
Exactly. It's different levels too.
Each
part of it.
It's different levels.
Definitely different levels.
So if you have a fiance.
Yeah.
When you have a fiance, that becomes a higher level of communication between you, her, and
thank you,
the mother. Y'all got to come to a common playing ground. Because if you don't, it's going to be a rock for destruction.
Right.
You know
but see, this is my thing with that, Malik. So, granted, my fiance is an amazing stepmother.
Yes.
Like, that what made me, like, really fall in love with her when I saw the relationship that she had with my son and how my son would wake up in the morning. Abby, like he looks for her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you feel me? And at one point that never happened. You know what I'm saying?
Make me miss my stepdaughter.
So, but however, see, my fiance, she loves me, right?
Mm-hmm.
If
she love that baby too.
If she love, and I know she do, but this way it gets complicated. If the mother of my child happens to be on her BS, and my fiance, as her
Alpha
fiance,
woman.
she not having that. My baby mama is not going to attack her. She's gonna come to me, and the way she gonna come to me is by hurting me with my child.
Exactly.
And that's why I don't be liking when my significant other is involved with certain situations with. my
Okay,
baby
so
mother.
you're not liking the dynamic of the stepmother with the baby mother because of the baby mother, not because of the stepmother being wrong. So you're telling, watch what you're doing now.
Mhm.
You're telling the stepmother not to be involved because of how country your baby mama is.
Right.
Not because your baby mama, not because your fiance is wrong.
Right.
So that needs to be clear. So there's no misunderstanding.
Right.
Once it's clear with the fiance that this is on some other, then she, as an adult, mature woman, should handle her differently.
Accordingly.
I was put in that position with a rah baby mama.
How
and
you was
I'm
able to
about
handle
that
that?
life.
How you was able to handle
I
yourself?
looked this woman in her face and I let her know I'm about that life. You don't want this. I love your daughter and I love you. What I did, she called him because another man was hitting on her. I pulled up deep. She was upset. You distraught. So apparently you're distraught. I show up deep, letting you know I got your back. I don't care about our beef. Where he at? You're upset that it wasn't him that got out his car. You're upset that it was me. But right there, I established I'm for you. I'm for your child. And it ain't no beef. I don't have no ill will towards you. That is between, at this point, it's between the fiance and the baby mother to squash whatever that animosity is so that they can handle each other appropriately. And if said baby mother can't get right, it's time, and I'm sorry about this, it's time for legitimization.
Right, I agree.
So that you can handle your stuff appropriately so you don't mess up what you got with yours.
Do you agree? Let me ask you this. Well, I'm going to ask all y'all this. Do y'all believe that if, let's say for an example, let's say, I know you have someone, right? Let's say when you met her, she had kids. She got like 2 kids, right?
Right.
And it's coming from the same person. Both kids from the same person. But they still have this weird relationship with each other due to past situations, right?
Right.
But you love this woman, though. It's something about this woman that you love. Do you still feel like, okay, I'm going to still be with this woman and let that be their issue? Or do you feel like, you know what, y'all going to have to figure this out. I can't deal with that because I see how this is going.
I was reading the comments. I missed the question.
First of all, I'm going to say it like this. You not finna play with me in my face, period.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
That's
What was the question?
The question was, if, say, like I'm in a relationship, right? And she already had 2 kids prior to our relationship. Her and her baby father, they have this weird action going on between the 2 of them. How do I handle that?
Oh, okay, yeah, you ain't playing. Yeah, go ahead, continue.
First of all, you're not gonna play in my face
Right.
at all, period.
Yeah.
We're finna establish some type of ground rules off the bat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I respect that this is your children's father. He need to be in his place at all times. There will never come a time that he should step out of line because I'm about it too.
Now, mark what he's saying and flip that to the baby mama too.
Respect it for the mamas too, baby mamas too. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, this is our relationship.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We are a family unit with this child as well as y'all are a family unit.
With this child.
So now it becomes a big family all in one. Everybody need to play their position. Don't
That's
step out of line because you ain't.
Stress it.
Bro, listen,
Yeah.
Stress
don't play that.
Yeah.
Stress it.
You know what I mean? we can get to it however you want to get to
Right.
it. But for these children,
Mm-hmm.
we must come to a common ground.
That part.
Understanding.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I respect you as long as you respect me.
Mm-hmm.
I never show any disrespect, especially in front of this child. I never belittle you as a man in front of this child.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But now when I get you off to yourself,
That's a
That's
whole
nother
different
story.
story.
Right.
Yeah.
because now
Yeah.
now we open field.
And
Now.
see,
Yeah.
baby mamas,
Yeah.
they be on some other stuff.
Yeah.
And not only that, first of all, as your man, this being your child's father, you're supposed to check him off the rip anyway.
on.
And
Come
you
on,
supposed to
man.
check that baby
Talk.
mama.
Man.
Yeah,
yeah.
Back,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
I'm telling
see,
you.
this is the thing, right? Okay.
But I see the difference because she could keep the baby and the daddy's
That,
usually
yeah,
don't.
you feel me?
Mhm.
And then like for my situation, see, my baby mama, she young. So she young minded.
Mhm.
My fiance, she's mature. She was a mature woman.
Mhm.
And so knowing that my baby mama is young,
Mhm.
with that mentality, and she's still learning herself. She's
We
still
got
growing up.
comments.
Right.
We got comments?
Mhm.
Okay, what they talking
But
about?
this put this out there. We ain't trying to throw no shade to no baby mothers out there.
Nah,
Know what I'm saying? On no counterparts or anything like that.
Right.
We just trying to get an
Eddie
understanding of what's
said
going
it's
on.
still their mom earlier.
Okay.
Chris said let the baby mother and the stepmother have a relationship. Let them handle that.
But see,
Same thing I said.
That's the thing though.
Fiance here, it's hard to have a relationship with her when she looks at me as a threat. I've tried. I've seen. I've even extended a hand of help directly to her just for her to bite
And
it.
that's my next question. How do you handle that?
Only
how do
after
you
you
handle that?
legitimize,
Say-
keep doing your thing. You are a great mom.
Say that again?
How do you handle that? How do you handle when one person has moved on when it comes to feelings and just, emotions, got their emotions back intact and ready to move on, and the other person seems like they wanted you in that mind state to keep a hold on you, and they're ready to co-parent.
At some point, it's time to be thorough about that.
But at the same time, how do you handle that without even, let me say, getting those people involved as far as paperwork and everything like that?
So, look,
What's the best way to handle that?
I'm going to keep it 100. To me, I don't really think there's a best way. I think it's the person, in my opinion.
Okay.
Because, like, for my situation,
That's why you gotta be careful who you lay with.
yeah, man, what? My daddy used to tell me all the time, and I promise you, it's whooping my ass. You feel me? But my my fiance has a huge heart. I don't think no woman would have done the things that she done for my baby mama. I'm gonna keep that 100. And
Only good women would.
yeah,
Good women would. I'm telling you.
And knowing that, and that's what kind of makes it more complicated because it's kind of like you biting the hand that feeds you. I'm trying to be there for you, but you still continuously disrespecting me as a woman. You know what I'm saying? And it makes it
I
such
let
a
my baby mama stay with her other churn in our stuff. I get it.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we baby, and we had opened the door for her and the other kid that she had met. We ain't gonna talk about that anyway, though. But
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It be like that. Good women, mature women, will look for the betterment of the whole.
Yeah.
If I'm for you, I'm for y'all.
Yeah.
That's
See,
love.
That's
real.
that's a love thing.
So
That's tribe.
I want to ask this though real quick. So like, okay, fast forward, right? I finally had met this guy that she was dealing with at the time. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I hated him with a passion at first because, and you know it. You know what I'm saying? You know it, bro. You around my child. You took the woman that I loved at the time, and it just like I just felt like you just destroyed my family. You feel me?
Right.
But I had also realized she wanted that. I
Right,
can't
she played that
hate.
part.
You
She
feel me?
she allowed
So
that.
once I had kind of like grew out of that selfish mentality, me and him, we had a talk, and I had to tell him like, I know I couldn't stand you, bro, but I want to thank you for being there for my son when I couldn't. And as a man, it was hard to say that. I ain't even gonna lie to you. It was hard to say this. It was hard to say that. But I felt like I had to say it because I learned a lot from Malik. Malik is like my big brother, and he taught me a lot. Like, he was with me throughout the situation. And, so when he was educating me on how to go through this, And when I finally was able to put my pride to the side and wake up and smell the coffee, and I told him, I was like, look, man, I appreciate that you was there for my child when I couldn't. I appreciate the fact that you was able to provide for him when the mama wouldn't let me, because she kept him from me. And having that conversation with him was hard, but it was dope. So this is my question. How us as men could be able to get to that level of, look, man, you, even though I'm his or her father, I appreciate when I can't do it, you could do it.
It takes you humbling yourself first. You know what I mean? And coming to grips with the terms within yourself. Okay, listen, I'm not able to do like I want to do or need to do for my child. And this man has stepped up and done what he's supposed to do. Yeah. I've been that stepfather before, more than once. So
I've been that wife.
You know what I mean? So I was actually that husband at one point. The father and I fell off on the bad foot off the rip. You know what I mean? I'm talking about we beefing like it could have come to bigger things than it was.
Yeah, it went that way. Yeah,
but it didn't. So when we finally got a chance to get an understanding with each other, to this day, even though I'm divorced from my ex-wife, he and I are friends. You know what I mean?
That's respect.
It's to the point where he's paralyzed from the waist down. Okay. Has diabetes now, so he's in and out of the hospitals or whatever. So he happened to be in the hospital, and I pulled up on him. I went and seen him. He was shocked because nobody else in his family even came to see him. But I did. You know what I mean? The respect that was gained between the two of us.
Man.
It takes a whole lot of
would allow you.
That's taking you out of. That's taking your emotions when you realize when you realize that your emotions are irrational. You have to take that part out of it and be like upfront with it, realistic with it. I'm gonna relate this. Being a wife that was like, I'm not there for my husband. Could you, other woman, do what I can't do? That take real humbleness to be like, he need this, or this child needs this, and I'm not there to provide this, and I love this person enough to allow what needs to be met to be met. That's That's maturity. That's just real, being real. And if you dealing with people that's not equipped to be real with themselves, or if you're not real enough to be real with yourself, there is no way you can be real for or to anybody else.
That's real. Kelz, got a question, Bubba.
What's going on?
As a man, right? Cause me and you, we didn't have these conversations. How would you be able to handle that? You know what I'm saying? To like letting another man, step in and do the things that you could do, or like basically do it when you can do it and do it when you can't do it. How can you, you know what I'm saying? Like, did that affect you in any kind of way, or just like, because I know you said earlier, no, I got this. This is my baby. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. And speaking on the grounds of that, and then all comes back to the baby mother as well, though. As far as communication, as far as letting the other individual know what's going on with your child, especially when you're reaching out. Yeah. And I say that to say this, because even when it wasn't no communication, I mean, he still got the job done. I mean, me recognizing that in general is like, okay, I see what's going on.
He for your baby.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So
it's not a personal issue.
Exactly. It never was a personal issue. It always just was a respect issue with me. You know what I mean? No, reach out to me. Let me know what's going on with my loved one. You know what I'm saying? Whether she's doing it or not. But then it came a time where that was getting blocked off by, baby mother. You know what I'm saying?
She don't even like the fact that y'all got a relationship.
Exactly. So
she and her feelings about you. That's what that is.
Well, even if that is the case, things need to be let out and put on the table so we can move forward and, you know what I'm saying, build, you know what I'm saying, like, off what we got going on with our child. Yeah, they have kids. You know what I'm saying? She's like, you married and well out. Like, what's going on? Like, you straight. Now, when it comes to my loved one, nah. Like, you trying to take me away from being a part of her life and creating your own little world with your family, that's a problem when that's not reality. You know what I mean? She still have an active father out here who wants to be involved in her life like every single day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, taking her to school, being able to go up to the school. You know what I'm saying? Like that there is it cuts deeper when you're trying to be active. And then to see that it's not being respected or acknowledged.
Man,
like it's like,
hey, listen.
That's like, yo, what's really going on?
I'm gonna tell you something, man.
Y'all feel free to comment. We reading them.
My so I'm happy that you say that. My son has a heart condition.
Mm-hmm.
He was born with a heart murmur. I have a heart murmur, but his heart murmur was a little worse than mine. And not to get too deep into details, Mama wasn't doing mama duties, and my son wasn't. Due to that, my son wasn't going to see. She wouldn't let him see his heart doctor a lot. She felt like he's okay, and one day I just happened to notice. I noticed how my son was breathing in his sleep, like he would stop breathing, and when he wake up, like he'll like cry or whatever, because I guess it hurt. I don't know, but it bothered me. So I had to do the mama duties by calling out from work to go do this that you refused to do. Not that you couldn't do it, you refused to do it.
Right, parent duties.
You feel me? And once I did all of that, it came down to, Ray, I'm so happy that you did that, because if your son would have kept this going on, he wouldn't have lived long. He would have died in the sleep. And so, you feel me? So I had my fiance, we had to go to Augusta. Granted, the mother of my child came, her and the baby daddy, you know what I'm saying? They no longer together, but at the time they was. He was there, and the little brother. And we was there. And it was so sad and disturbing, because throughout the healing process after that surgery, it was still me.
Right.
It was still me doing it. It was still me, wiping the blood. It was still me trying to comfort him when he was crying. It was still me taking care of that while you with the other guy.
Shout out to single mothers.
Seeing all of that, it bothers me so bad that a woman would know that this man is here for our child. He's been taking care. He's been handling business. He don't complain. He just do what need to be done, and still makes it hard.
One of the 4 agreements is to not take things personal. You have to realize the her in her that's allowing that. She not mature enough for herself to even appreciate you. If she's sending you through hell and high water and she know you a good father, it's personal within herself.
Right.
This is her fighting her own battle, and you just reaping the repercussions. And you have to learn how not to take things that's not really meant for you personal. That's not your problem. That's not about you. And your child knows this.
True.
See it every day.
True.
I'm going to tell you that for a fact.
But see, the whole issue that I have with that statement, this is what bothers me about it. And you're right. I don't disagree to it, but this is what bothers me. See, if it was the other way around, it's a unity of a bunch of mothers getting on the deadbeat fathers. But just because it's a father, the shoes reversed. Now it's like it don't. No, it slick does. Yeah. We don't get the recognition, and that bothers. Cause it's like this. I can't even explain the dark cloud that be over the good fathers.
You looking for recognition?
It's not recognition.
Okay, because I'm about to say, you said we don't get the recognition.
It's not too much.
If it's from her that you worried about her giving you recognition as a good father, she can't give herself recognition. So you are not going to get that from her right now. But everybody else see you. Everybody else see these good fathers, and we worried about the person that's in our face not seeing us when they can't see themselves. She don't even see where she wrong. She not gonna see where you right, and she see it, but she not woman enough.
And you know what, bro? It don't even matter if she recognize it or not.
It really don't.
Guess who really needs to recognize it?
Child.
That child.
Exactly.
As long as that child recognizes it and sees it, like my daughter, bruh, I go to the ends of the earth for my daughter and my son. 2 different mothers, but my daughter,
Mm-hmm.
her mother took me through the ringer when we first separated. I'm talking about what let me see her, what let me get her. I mean, there's times where it's been a year or longer where I haven't seen my daughter, been able to get her my daughter. I've seen her, but wasn't able to get her like I want to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But guess what I still do? School clothes, shoes, pads, bras, panties, all this good stuff. I'm there.
She know it.
And guess what? Me and my daughter talk every day just about.
Tell the listeners, the viewers,
Yeah.
knowing that you was able to have thick skin to deal with that. Explain to us, how can we be able to, because you got trying fathers, right?
Right.
And they try so much to the point where you're like, you know what? I can't take this ish no more. You won. How do they, you know what I'm saying? Because it's fathers out there that's actually good fathers.
Can I say something being a child that did not have her father?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I can say that at a certain age, let's say this mother keep you away too long for your liking, your child, I promise you,
Gonna come back.
I promise you, your child looking for you every day.
Mm.
Your child can feel you. Your child know you want to be there. Your child see the mother being envious and spiteful and nasty. Hear all the conversations on the phone with her homegirls. They know what's going on. Children are so smart.
Major.
That child gonna get about 10 years old,
Yeah.
9 years old, maybe 8. Mostly right around 8 years old.
Yep.
I want my daddy. I'ma act a fool if I don't get my daddy.
Yep.
My daddy want me. You can't tell me nothing different. It's different when you know your daddy don't. You know he just ain't nothing.
Yeah.
But when you know your daddy there, you got memory of 5 and 4 and 3 years old because you 8. Your memory still 5 and 4. You can still hear and see 3 years old.
Yeah.
And you got memory of your father. You want your daddy. And it's gonna be a time where she not even gonna be able to handle him if she try to keep that baby from you too long. Yeah. And it's still gonna be within a good amount of time for you to build the character and continue to instill your lessons and everything. He gonna desire your lessons. He gonna want your time the same way you want yours. He gonna want your time. God got you, babe.
That's a fact.
You good. I'm telling you, y'all good fathers. God got y'all.
She ain't telling me lie because I just just recently because I was still. They still having issues with just the school thing. You know what I mean? And been having conversations for years. Even going up, they trying to set up meetings and everything. I'm like, you know what? Something like this fall back. You know what I'm saying? This fall back. This keep doing you. You know what I'm saying? Keep being active and present the message you can. You know what I'm saying? Because your little one, she see what's going on. Man, I tell you, like she came mother like, listen, Daddy, I did something. I said, what you do? I said, I want to go talk to the principal. I said, I want my daddy to come see me. He need to be on the list.
I know that's right.
I say,
woo, make your heart drop. I know that's right.
I said, you did that? He said, yeah. I ain't gonna get in trouble. I'm like, nah, you ain't gonna get in trouble.
No, you're not.
Why you ain't gonna get in trouble?
No, you're not. That's my dad.
You know what I'm saying? All right. I said, dang, you did that? She was like, yeah, because I don't know what's going on. I say, say love, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Do y'all think it's the law that train women or
Let's
bitter?
not even get into that.
Yeah, I was gonna touch on
you
that.
dang right. It's so systematic. That's
they fall
crazy.
For, so many of them fall for it.
Oh my God, I hate it. Our people
it's-
need to do better, God. Please.
It's not meant for.
Because last time I checked, It Takes Two. By the way, I need to check out It Takes Two featuring Bria Lee. It's on all music platforms.
I'm so
on the
done.
project. Just want to put that out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But no, it takes two to make a child. So why is it you feel me? When it comes down to a law I don't know why I'm getting tongue twisted right now. But from a law standpoint, the woman has more rights. They don't even have to do nothing. It's just the fact that she gave birth.
Right.
But the father have to go through these papers. They got to pay stuff. They got to go through all of this.
I think they come from more than one thing. I think they come from women being fruitful with other people.
Mm-hmm.
One, to protect you. Two, I think that's because most men, honestly, aren't the one. Like I know more men that's not there
Then that's there.
than that is.
True.
So like y'all got to go through that, and that's just because of the trickle effect, the ripple effect, and the thing. It just come with that, and it's protection at the same time. I don't condone it at all.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, realistically, y'all coming from the standpoint of fathers that want to be there. It's too many who don't, and it's too many who won't. It's too many who can't, and it's too many who just ain't. So like,
oh, Jive want to say something.
Go ahead, Jive. You here too?
Speak on it. Speak on it.
Yeah.
Say stuff. Yo, it's a dope conversation. I didn't want to say too much.
Go ahead, Jive. You are a father.
Yeah. So just going through that whole system.
How many kids you have, by the way?
I got 4.
You got 4.
4 kids. I'm
All
a grandfather,
girls,
by the way.
all
grandfather,
girls.
all girls.
Oh, grandfather. All
And you
girls.
a single
girls.
father.
I'm a single father. Yeah.
Man, let's clap for
You ain't gotta do all that. You ain't gotta do all
We
that.
got we got to. We
No,
got
for real. We gotta give. That's what we doing.
You know
We
what I'm
giving. We
saying?
stressing it.
For real.
We giving
Well,
credit.
go ahead though.
So here's the thing: the situation gets, and I love all the accolades, and I love all the affirmations that are going here. But unfortunately, the brass tacks is like we were getting to is the law.
Yeah, facts.
So
Facts.
what is undergirding these? When the jealousy is undergirded by the law,
I was gonna speak.
when the anger is undergirded by the law,
Right.
when the selfishness is undergirded by the law, and you're dealing with people who are working class people, you only have money to do 1 or 2 things. You got money to fight, or you got money to go along with it. So there are different types of fathers. Yeah, there's different fathers. Some fathers move along because that's all you can afford to do.
Facts.
So I don't have money to fight and stay current with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can fight and end up in jail. You know what I'm saying? So, and we understand how that system can be, whatever. Every human being has a limit. And at some point, you learn to accept the reality that you can't change. If I can't stop her from keeping me from you, as painful as it is, I got to move on. I can't be here.
That's the hardest thing.
And you have
Y'all
to
need
move
to
on.
start
And
with
when you find your father in the future, and he has to tell you, son, daughter, I had to keep moving because I was losing myself trying to find you.
Facts.
Right.
And that right there.
And when is it
that
worth it though?
scares me.
When is
Hold
that
on.
worth it?
I'm gonna tell you that right there scares me every day, bro.
Yeah, no,
Because she makes it so hard, and I be like, man.
So what's the rules with legitimization?
So
That
Is
part,
that something that can be done?
Okay,
at
wait.
birth?
So first of all, legitimization does nothing but give your child your last name and make them an heir to your estate when you pass. You don't get any rights as legitimization.
Right.
All that does is say this is your child, and this child can inherit from
it don't
you.
give you equal.
So
You have to
It
go
don't
to
give you equal
court.
rights?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no, it doesn't.
You gotta go to equal.
You have to
That's
go to
crazy.
court for that.
Right.
So when, trust me, I've gone there and I won, and it's not
Okay, so you need to happen
it's
about
not an
that.
easy thing to do because you understand that the law is not written for you.
Exactly.
So you
Right.
have to know things. You have to know what you can say and what you can't say. You got to know a lot of things.
Why are we putting our men through that?
But here's the thing, because
That's crazy.
the problem, one of the problems is we have an emasculated population. By that I mean just powerless.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't have the power to affect our own finances. We don't have the power to affect our own communities. We don't have the power to affect our own education. We don't have any power. So we scramble for power wherever we can get it. And sadly to say, you know what I'm saying, your arms are too short to box with God. The powers that be are just out of your reach. So who do you hit? You hit who you can. You hit who you reach.
Why hit anybody? Why are we doing that?
Because this is the system that was given to you. So
I would never.
so when you see and I love what you guys are saying, but when you see the power, when you look under it, and the dynamics that are at play, the words that you hear are undergirded by dynamics.
Right.
Those dynamics are informed by laws. You know what I'm saying? When you are dealing with parents, I've been in relationships. My children's mothers have been in relationships. You have to set rules for yourself and boundaries for you, and then the Quran says, the rest you will to Allah.
Alhamdulillah.
Like, God takes care of that.
Right.
You know how many apologies I've gotten from men I didn't know because they believed what they were told about me,
Right.
and then they met me and it was like, that's not the dude I just met.
And your son and your daughters,
You see what I'm
I promise
saying?
you they know.
So And I love the feeling of absoluteness when you say that, but it's not absolute because some children believe what their mothers say.
Man,
Exactly.
I'm trying to tell you.
Some people grow
Not
up.
if y'all active. That don't make no sense.
Hold up. I'm not even about to let you say that.
Not
God
that
bless his
way.
soul. My pops went through that same bull crap. My dad had 2 other kids from a woman in Augusta. And it's so sad. When I finally had a real conversation with my little brother told me so many like crazy lies. And I had to like give him raw evidence to prove a point. And I'm like, that explains why, that explains why through all the times that child support took money, even when she asked for more money, when child support already took it, even when my daddy and my mama wasted gas numerous of times going to Augusta to be around my little brother and my little sister, my little brother and my little sister still hated my dad.
That go
because
back to
off
what
of
I
what
just
the mother
told
taught
you.
him.
That go back to what I just told you about your baby being around you and not the mama, and being around her and not the mom. You know what I'm saying? It's who the baby around. Realistically, your daddy was in your life, right? There's no way that unless you know your little brother?
I know my little brother.
Okay. Was your daddy in his life enough for the lies to be shown as lies?
The beginning, no, because she wouldn't let him.
So that's a long process. You're saying like people say that one day, 20 years is a long time.
Mhm.
And look, I'm old enough to have lived 20 years. I could look 20 years back and still be an adult.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I'm saying? I'm that old. A lot of y'all go back 20 years, you're somebody's child. You feel me? So I'm old enough, and at 20 years ago, my oldest child was 25. You know what I'm saying? So 20 years ago, I was still somebody's father.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? To have to wait that long for the truth.
Damn.
Right. That's
You know what I'm saying? That's a prison. You're telling somebody you have a prison sentence. You got to wait on that.
Yeah, like,
And then one day you'll get exonerated, but you're going to have to sit in this jail cell until that happens.
come on.
And it's so
man.
sad because, you know, when my pops passed,
I'm sorry for that.
when pops passed, my little brother finally me and him, we had a conversation. And he apologized to me and my sisters because he was like, man, like, I was just so
Angry.
just really due to what the mama was telling him
Yeah.
and what had him to believe those lies.
Right.
And when he started to reflect, like,
That's
why I
why
said that, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to be able, that's why I want to be able to say, like, and not just for the bitter baby mamas, for the bitter baby daddies too. It goes for both ends. Bruh.
There is.
Yeah.
There is that.
Yeah.
There is that.
I want to let y'all know, y'all think y'all hurting the other parent, and you is, but you really hurting that child.
You really
Because that child have to miss out. That child have to deal with the things that you telling them to make them have this strong hatred towards the other parent, when its reality is you that's hurt by the other parent, and you hate that parent, so you want your child to act the same way.
You hurt by yourself. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just that I see it happens like every day. But then there's you have like, I ain't gonna say no names, and you know, if you see this or hear this, brother, don't be mad at me. I love you. But my boy, he got 2 baby mamas, and they got the best relationship. And I be like, boy, you lucky.
Yeah.
That they willing to work with each other to take care of the kids. They willing,
They
they
see the
could
bigger
all,
picture.
you feel me? And it's just like, but you got those guys that don't appreciate that. They take that, like, they don't want to play a part.
They take it lightly.
Yeah, they take it extremely lightly, man. And
But here's the thing. There are 2 different ways people have kids. Some people have kids as a consequence of their relationship with a woman, and some people have children as a product of that relationship.
Elaborate.
You're talking about these men in the room. We're talking about products because we understood what was coming. Right. So when that child was made, this is a product, right? This is the extent. This is how it goes.
Yeah.
We understand. Some people have it as a consequence. This wasn't supposed to happen. This is not what I wanted.
Right.
I just wanted the first thing. This is like exhaust or waste.
I
This
hate
was-
that thought process.
This was sex.
It's like,
So yeah, this
sex
is
this
what
was
do you
sex.
think sex was made for?
so then some people are upset that the person that they chose to have that baby with doesn't respect
Right.
that process because they wasn't here for that
Right.
at all. And it's like you think having this baby was supposed to make her be a better person or him be a better person, and they never promised you that.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
They never said that. They never said, "Oh, once this baby come out, I'm gonna be a better person." They showed you who they were gonna be through the whole process,
From the beginning.
Mate.
and then you just kept saying, "Well, if this person does this, then this will be okay," and you kept saying that.
Yeah.
That person never said that.
right.
Yeah.
They kept being exactly who they was gonna be
Exactly.
over and over and over again, and you
Yeah.
kept choosing not to believe
You
that.
was trying to
part.
make it make sense.
And now, oh no, we got a child. That's important to you.
Mm.
Come on with it, man. Come on with it, bro.
That baby is
bro.
the center of your world.
Yeah.
Right.
That baby is somebody's
Mm.
child
Ali
tax
said
credit.
this conversation
Right.
is gonna.
That
make
baby
you
is
cry, wallahi.
somebody's,
Alhamdulillah.
I could get into
Love.
housing. You know what I'm saying? That baby is somebody else's tool. That baby is,
Right.
I got a way to get back into her life.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not
Absolutely.
everybody is out here having kids for the same reason.
Mm.
Right.
Not everybody sees themselves
That's
in
why
their
we
kids.
cannot. I
You
know.
feel what I'm saying?
I know it feel good and everything, and everybody likes sex and all that good stuff and all that. But we cannot play with that.
That's
That's
real.
real.
Stress it.
And wrapping it up and all that stuff don't even always work. You need to really be mindful
For who you messing with.
of who you laying with.
Mhm.
And these
real.
kids, my God,
Okay.
having babies and oh my goodness, we gotta do better as a people.
But you know what makes that worse though?
What's
It's
that?
so
See, it's the
sad.
fact that people be listening to this music. They be
Mhm.
watching these crazy TV shows. See, back then in the 90s, they preached love. They
They
preached
did.
unity.
Wait. I was there.
Yeah.
That's when they
I
started
don't say-
preaching this.
I mean, we was trying.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
saying, but see,
But-
that's the point. Like, okay, I'm gonna show you.
Okay, go ahead.
This the difference from how it was in the 90s versus to how it is now. I'm gonna show you.
Okay, go ahead.
You still had your ratchet stuff. You still had like it was like balance in a sense. You
Mhm.
feel me? But now it's like it's not balanced. It's just one.
You don't have
one
none
way.
of this.
It's just,
You don't
this is
have
what it
none
is.
of it.
Well,
It's
that's
the love songs, the R&B about breakup and being hurt and all of that stuff. You don't got too many men crying about how much they love her and want to meet her and want to see her, or none of that, or no women. It's not none of that unity. love.
Well, I mean, here's the problem.
I don't hear it at
You
all.
put your art in the hands of an industry.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And every industry, I say this all the time, every industry does one thing very, very well.
What the
Mhm.
Make money.
They make a uniform product.
Mm.
When you buy Toll House cookies, Keebler cookies, you open up that pack,
Mhm.
you bought it because that first cookie is going to taste like the 5th cookie, that's going to taste like the 20th cookie, that's going to taste like the last cookie.
That's gonna
Yeah.
taste like the next pack.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
going to taste like the next pack. And now they industrialized your music. So your first rapper is gonna sound
Yep.
like your third
Third
rapper.
rapper.
That's gonna sound like your sixth rapper. That's gonna
Ain't
sound
no
like the
better.
last rapper you heard. Why else? Why do you think it's like that? Why do you think the message is
'Cause
so
it's making
uniform?
money now.
Because
It's
that's
gonna
what
make
it
money
said.
for
Right.
the next generation.
And then-
make money for the
And then even when they shelve artists, why are they shelving artists? Because you messing with
That's
production.
That
Mm.
part.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that's a whole nother message. Oh, you're good enough to distract people from what I'm doing.
It's put
I have enough money to buy that and put that away.
People stay woke.
You know what I'm
heard
saying?
what
Yeah,
you
I
heard
know
what I
that shit
said.
going on,
Do
man.
not get
Come on,
bought.
man.
Do
Now
not
I-
get bought. Don't get
Major.
bought. If you
Right.
got a
Major.
message, if your message stand on some real stuff, do not get bought. Please don't get bought.
For
we need the
real.
message. We do not need you shelved.
Like for
Oh
real,
my
man.
goodness.
And I
Stay
think a lot of
independent.
it plays a part too. You know, it's it's crazy. So you got your records like Cardi B and what her name? Megan Thee Stallion. And,
Yeah.
you know, all of them. And I don't got no hate for them. I don't got no hate towards them. Much love to their success and all of that. That's cool. However, though, I'm looking at the one who don't have it like how you got it. And the stuff that they have in their music, this plays a part with co-parenting, whether you believe me or not. I hate this mindset of we don't need a NIGGA. We don't trust a NIGGA. We could do bad on basically be a bad BITCH. We got it. We don't need y'all, right? And when y'all make that type of music, they really be brainwashed listening to that, and they apply it to their real life.
It set a tone for for everybody listening.
Yeah. And when they apply it to their real life like that, you have the fathers like me, like Malik, like Kelz, like Jive, and like plenty other real fathers out there that's really doing it and that's really trying. And it's the bitter baby mama just don't want to make it, you feel me, possible.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
I think, you know, and let's touch back on, like, you know, a two-parent household as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, like some maybe just raised with their fathers only, and just raised with their mothers. Now, I think it's kind of different when you see a single mother go through it. When you're being raised by a single mother, it kind of sets a different tone, and I'm going to say a female's mind in general. Because you're seeing your mother go through it, and probably go through it with a lot of, you know, other men as well. Yeah. Who on the bull crap. Know what I'm saying? So that sets a tone in her head and how to deal with individuals in general. Yeah. So probably, you know, I can say probably. I think it really does, because now you're thinking you have to deal with an individual in a certain way that you saw. And so knowing that you didn't have that other parent in the household, to see how things need to come together when you have, you know, discrepancies, or you have arguments, or you have anything that's going on, not knowing how to deal with that with an individual in general, you're dealing with it, you know what I'm saying, you know, one track mind than what you saw. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like your mother going through it, or just, not even going through it, just dealing with men just based upon the last individual. And seeing that, you know what I'm saying, recycle over and over and over and over again. It's like, yeah, that's going to
build that frustration.
You see what I mean? It's going to be a stain in her head and how she deals with an individual. No matter what, even if she said, like, nah, I'm never going to go through that, it's already inside you, baby girl. You just don't know it. You know what I mean? Until, you know, hey, it shows itself. You know what I'm saying? Later on down the line. Now, I ain't saying every female is like that, but as far as I done seen, yeah, it plays a major part. You know what I mean? Like, because every close female friend that I have, they say, like, man, you know what, man, I wish my daddy was in the house. I ain't gonna lie. Man, I wish my daddy was there. Or, you know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying, or vice versa. Or, man, I wish my mom was there. Yeah. And you see that, and I'm like, you know what, dang, now I see what's going on in your relationships. You know what I'm saying? With men who you deal with. I'm like, oh, that's what's going on. Yeah. It always comes back to that. You know what I'm saying? That's when they realize, like, you know what? I don't know how to deal with a man like that. Right. I really don't know how to.
It was never talked to him.
Exactly.
But it's not always the two-parent home that's healthy either.
Exactly. True. I agree.
True.
I agree.
True.
I agree.
True.
Scratch it.
I done partially been in a two-parent home with stepfather or whatever the case may be. My mama might have been a toxic person, but you know, the father figure ain't always the positive figure that you want to use.
That's real. You're right.
The mother figure ain't always a positive example. You're right. And my mama got some trauma for not having her daddy. But then when you look at the people who did, the sisters or brothers who did have the father, it's like you was kind of better off that he wasn't there, because you would have been abused and drunk, and you know what I'm saying. Sure, like sometimes it's not always. I would like to say that what I did not have and what I did see that was negative allowed me to know what I do want, even if I keep, because like I'm one of them that attracts what I saw, but it allows me to redefine more so
exactly
what I know.
Exactly.
Because I love you, mama, but I know the type of woman I do not want to be.
Exactly. So you see that.
And I know the different things that I kept for my mama, like my not give a dang. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like certain parts of my mother I kept, certain parts I didn't, some parts are genetic. You know what I'm saying? And same with how I deal with men. I know how I want to deal with a man. I know what did not work when I saw it. Oh, humble yourself. Sometimes submission can get you what you want. You ain't got to be controlling to get what you want. You go, okay, I got you, babe, whether you like it or not. And you know what I'm saying? So there's a dynamic. It depends on the person, depends on the comprehension level of the child said person that can see, because my sister's a whole different person from me. My brother is a whole different person from me. We grew up in the same household. I view things differently. They view things differently, and we share perspectives. Yeah. So it's all on the, you know.
It's all on the individual.
Yeah.
That's major though. That's major.
That's real.
Because you got
So
brothers
it's highs and
sisters that don't even share the same aspects.
Exactly.
Right.
It's highs and lows. Yeah, you're right. Because
Yeah,
you
you're a
absolutely
totally different
right.
person.
You're absolutely
You might
right.
be more mature. You might have I looked at traumas, the different things that went on in my family, the not having, the this, that, and the third, as learning experiences. Some people like, oh, I didn't have this. Oh, woe is me, and I didn't da da da. And I'm like, man, I learned a lot. I know how not to have. I could struggle right now and look like I'm not.
It built you as a
because
soldier.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I'm not crying about it. Sis crying about it.
Yeah.
She hyperventilate and call me.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at it like strength, muscle, courage, wisdom.
And
Like,
see,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm happy that you said that, though.
Depict.
And you know, I'm trying to keep StressLyfe. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I gotta bring StressLyfe. You know what I'm saying, to the scene.
That's you.
That's the whole purpose of StressLyfe. That's the whole purpose of Stress It. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm gonna try my hardest not to dig deep into this topic, but I just want to say this: it's important that we recognize the trauma, but don't allow the trauma to traumatize us.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? When we recognize the trauma and we put it out there, we stress it. You know what I'm saying, to the world. It's like you don't understand.
Every Monday, 8 to 10.
Yo, okay, yeah. You don't understand how much of an impact that does. Like when Tupac talked about the things he went through, some of the stuff he went through, I've been through it. It felt good to know I wasn't by myself, and it also it allowed me to even be more of a fighter and be proud that I went through what I went through. Cause it's like, hey, I'm one of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of them. You know what I'm saying? I survived it. Like I'm a cancer survivor. Ain't too many people could admit that they survived cancer. You know what I'm saying? Ain't too many people that could admit that. I was born with it, didn't know that I had it until the age of at the age of 10. And went through it, wasn't easy. I promised God it wasn't. But I went through it and I fought. And I'm here, I'm 29. You know what I'm saying? Strong. So, but yeah, so it's important to do that. So looking at the time, it's 9:47. But yeah, the whole purpose of this show is this, man. Especially with this topic, it's not too much of a who's right and who's wrong. It's just something to talk about because no one ain't really talking about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People is going through it on a day-to-day basis, and I'm pretty sure them hearing Ray, Malik, Kelz, Empress, Jive, them hearing our opinions, I'm pretty sure it's touching. You know what I'm saying?
We got people say they crying in the
yeah,
in
like
the comments.
like we need to hear that.
Right.
So I just want to tell the single fathers, we love you, bro.
Yes,
Keep going.
We see you, my boy. We see
Keep
you.
going.
And this should let all the women know that there are men out here who feel you. The
That
single
part.
mothers that's doing it day in and day. I give props to my own dudes. My mama did that. 3 of us. Horrible. We
Yeah,
got real
facts.
bad. Now, we was real good. We was real smart. But it was a certain point where we kind of got a little rebellious, and she held it down. You know what I'm saying? We ain't never had no daddy. We had a stepdaddy for a little while.
Right.
But we ain't never had no daddy for real.
But you know, my mom, right? I think my mom, after my dad was single up until I was 15, 16. And that's my sister's dad. You know what I mean?
Right.
He was a good father to my sister. But nothing to me though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We didn't congeal like that. So
Mm.
it kind of stood off for me. You know what I'm saying?
That male to male.
Exactly.
Stud.
I'm at that point
You
where
want
my
his seed.
testosterone is high. I'm
You
about
want
me.
his seed, yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the streets already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see,
I mean,
now it's a whole different
He
story.
came too
yeah.
late. He came too late.
Yeah, you can't teach me nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he came too late.
The streets done got me. You know what I mean?
Right. That's on you.
Yeah, that's on me now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know, it's bad with living with a single mother because that mother can't raise a man.
She can't.
You know what I mean?
That's another topic. We need to talk about that next Monday.
That's cool too, but
'Cause
understand what I mean by
talk
that
about
though.
one day.
There's certain dynamics that a female would never understand about a man.
Stress
Period.
it. Stress
You
it.
know what I mean?
Okay.
Major.
And to be
I
fair,
feel like
I've raised
without-
nothing but daughters, and
I was just about to
I've
say.
told them that. I was like,
Right.
I can't be your mother.
Mm.
I just can't do it.
Yeah.
I don't have the skill set. I don't have the history.
You don't have the mind.
You
I
feel
don't,
honesty, though?
and so then I've had to
Yes,
tell them
we-
there are certain things that you're doing because you don't understand a woman because
Right.
I couldn't teach you.
Right.
So Empress,
You know what I'm saying? And
Quick
it
question.
doesn't. It didn't hurt me to go. You know, to be honest, I'm
Right.
Yeah.
I'm one human being,
But
Yeah.
guess what?
and all I could be is a man.
hold on. So
They respect you for that. Though.
I'm on you.
you feel me? Okay.
I'm on you.
So
Go ahead.
why is it that he able to tell his daughters, hey, listen, I can't teach you that. All I can do is do my part as a father and try to be the best that I could be, but I cannot teach you how to be a woman. Why is it that a woman can't be honest, that they can't be a father?
Well, I'm being honest to the degree that I understand. That's what I can do.
Right.
And I feel personally like we can show a man we can show a boy the kind of man
That
that
you
we
want.
want,
Yeah.
that we desire. We can teach a man how to be a man to a woman. We can't teach him how to be a man out there in the world. We can prepare him for those things because we are black women
Yeah.
who see and love black men.
Yeah.
So we know to the degree that we are in tune with other men what they deal with from that experience. Now, whether a man is able to tap into that part of himself and teach the women that part that he learned, like some men are touched with their femininity. They know a woman. They was raised by a woman, so they know when you dealing with your feelings, you da-da-da-da-da. I could teach you how to deal with your period because I got a mama. And
I mean, but
seven sisters.
and I've done those things, but that doesn't make me a woman. None
I
of
know
those
it don't.
things.
I'm
So
not
none of those
saying-
things, like it, you just
I'm
you have
not
to
saying
understand.
it
You have to
makes
respect the
you a woman.
sacredness of each role. There is
That's what I'm-
nothing.
And I was gonna get to that.
Go
I
ahead,
was
go ahead,
gonna
go ahead,
say
go ahead, go ahead.
That it would take two people,
Yeah.
a mother and a father, because I have a mother that did not teach me how to be a woman. Just because I was raised by my mama did not teach me how to be a woman. My experiences taught me how to be the woman that I am. You get what I'm saying? I learned how not to be the woman I didn't want to be, and I learned how to take from her the woman I wanted to be. But I also learned from this woman and that woman and this woman and that woman and this man and that man and this man and that man. I'm not gonna be this kind of woman because the dynamic between him and this woman didn't work, and I like these qualities in him. You get what I'm saying? So as an individual with intellect that grew up with that type of intellect and wisdom as a youth, I picked those different things from my own experience of being a whole nother type of woman.
Right.
Because I was a woman who did not date men. I was a fully gay woman who had the dynamic of being in places with men as I'm never going to be a man. And I never was a man. I would never, ever say that. But my experience from my youth up until 19, 18 was that of a young boy. And I only say that because that's where I would put myself at. Right. If you put a dog with some cats, that motherfucker gonna act like cats. Now he might have some dog ways because I'm a woman. I had female ways, but I was acting like a cat. I was, you know what I'm saying? So I had that relatability to be like, okay, these are the parts of me that are strong, that keep me strong. I'm able to be the backbone when my man fall weak because I have these abilities and I have this understanding of a man and his strengths and his worries when he do this because I carry the household as the masculine figure. So I understand the stress. So I understand how to be humble. I understand how to be submissive. I understand how to be docile. So if I'm not, then that's a reflection on the man you are in my life. You get what I'm saying? It just depends on, it's really individual. It's really on your comprehension and your perspective. And I'm not saying that a woman can teach a man how to be a man. I'm saying that an attentive woman that's attentive throughout life can teach a lot to a young boy.
I agree.
He's not going to not be a man because he didn't have a father.
I agree with that. What I'm saying is like, there's certain situations where
that only y'all have.
That only a man can give to this little boy. Like I have a son. My son will be 7 on the 9th. Happy birthday, son. But right now, his mother and I are together. Certain things that she allows him to do, I would never.
Because you know what it would lead to.
Because of the man within me and the things I've been through in my lifetime, I can't see him go through that. You know what I mean?
And you know your genetic makeup, and you know what he can take from you and what he got from you, and how that can turn into from personality traits that we probably don't know nothing about, and he wouldn't know nothing about just because he a man.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
And see, not only that, it's like dealing with him day to day. I deal with my son on a regular. You know what I mean? In the afternoons, like right now, only reason he's not with me right now, he's with his mother. Normally, he would be with me.
And I'm a witness. I'm a witness.
Because this is the facts. That little boy needs guidance from a man's.
Of course, I got a little brother who did not have a father, and he out here thinking he all this and that, and I'm looking at him like, I know what a man would look like in this situation, and bros, you being young-minded right now. Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? But me being able to give him this guidance, when I didn't have that proper guidance myself, I got guidance from my uncles. You know what I mean? I had male figures in my life that guided me.
And you got guidance from lack thereof, too.
Right.
Yeah.
Then I had guidance from my best friend. Boy, I love you, right? What's up? Holla at me now. But that became my big brother. You know what I mean? I was in the street searching for a father.
Like we do in relationships.
Like, you know what I mean? When you don't have that father figure in the household with you to give you that understanding, that love, and that caring, you search for other places. That's what leads most of us to the streets.
Right.
When we get out here in these streets, we study looking for someone to comfort us.
Wolfpack syndrome.
Yeah.
All of that.
Hey, bro, we accept you for who you are.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter about what you've been through, who you know, whatever. We love you, bro. You know what I mean? So now you got me out here in the streets.
You done found your father in the street.
I found my father in the streets.
Which is why, again, you get to the point why you can't teach a boy to be a man as a woman, because he's going to find men.
Right.
Because he needs to see it. I need to see a man do this.
Right.
I remember I showed my daughters how to use a pad or whatever. I looked at the instructions and I was like, all right, it looks like my kids were looking at me blinking.
Yeah.
And then I just looked at him and I just said, you would have rather your mother do this. And he was like, yeah.
Yeah, that's a moment for a woman.
And that's
definitely
that was they're maturing into their body, and here I am, this dude. I have no idea what's going on inside of you.
Yeah.
And I, you know what I'm saying? But it was just us. And I have to try. That doesn't make me your mother.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But the attempt enough, like, is part of it, though.
Yeah, it is. But you know what I also did, and I heard y'all talk about this, no matter what relationship I was in, I never told my children, this is your new mom. I never said, this is your mother. You know what I said? This is who I'm dating. And I've even told those ladies, they have a mother. Whether she's here or not, that's her responsibility.
And the child adapts
so
the
then,
relationship with the
so then,
that they want.
Yeah, so then when she comes into this door, into their life, she's not going to hit a locked door.
Right.
She's just not going to hit it. She could walk in it. Oh, it's inconsistent. I don't care. That's not mine. Again, will that to Allah. Give that to God. So then when she did come into their life and she was ready, they have an amazing relationship. Why? Because I didn't stand in the way with my relationship, with my fiance, with my expectations. Nothing. Yo, that's your mother. Because they had visitation with their mothers. So when they would come home and they'd be crying out, you know what I told my kids? You're supposed to.
Right.
You love her, and
you
had to leave.
It shouldn't be like this.
Nothing. It didn't threaten me. It didn't threaten my position in their life as their father to watch them cry because they had to leave them. You'll see her again. We're gonna make sure of it.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there has to be, like my man was saying, there has to be humility. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately we're doing very arrogant things. When we're doing co-parenting is two arrogant egos that cannot coincide with each other. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know that the best results for children are a coalition of a mother and a father. Coalition are shared powers, not submissive powers. You didn't submit. A coalition is two powers. When you talk about a coalition government, when you talk about coalitions going overseas, these are two powers coming as one for a common cause.
Right.
So when you see these two governments come together, so now when these kids don't know how, I may know what kind of woman I want, but I don't know how to be the man to get her.
Right.
You may know the kind of man you want, but who taught you how to be that woman? Right. Who taught you the nuances?
The lack thereof or the presence of it.
You know what I'm saying? So when you see, like, when you watch, because we imprint, we're just like other animals. We see. This is why you said earlier, I tended to be attracted towards what I understood already. That's anybody, because you imprinted and you found familiarity, and you can be very familiar with, like we like to talk it, toxic shit, stuff. Sorry. We could be very, you know what I'm saying? You could be very attracted to that because it's normal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You could be attracted to girls that got less and less on and talk like this and they loud and they ratchet or whatever because it's familiar.
That's what been right.
It's comfortable. And you see the chick in the library and you're like, how am I supposed to deal with that?
To that point, though, I think it takes a sound man and woman because we both deal with the opposite sex. Me as a woman, I'm going to go out here in my life and deal with men. So I need to see a man also. I also need to see a woman. I also need to see the toxic and healthy dynamic between a male and a woman so that I can be a better woman. And it's the same for a man. Just having the father and just being with the father or just being with the mother doesn't make either or better. They need to see both dynamics because you could be with a man and learn how to be a man, but how do you learn how to be a man to a woman?
Right.
That's real.
Right.
That's real.
You know, I'm gonna say one more thing, right? Even with me being in a relationship with my son's mother, right? Mm-hmm. We're still co-parenting because we have two completely different styles of raising a child. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, we're together and we're raising a child together, but it's still co-parenting to an extent. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I said, what I won't let him get away with, she will. Mm-hmm. I know I'm strict. I'm strict on it because I don't want the world to have to punish him later on.
You've been through the dark path.
I've been through the dark path. So I don't need him going through the dark path I went through in order for him to realize what life is. You know what I mean? Yeah. And what him growing up to be a man is.
Yeah, so y'all.
So if y'all want to continue seeing us stress it, y'all tune in every Monday from 8 to 10. Every Monday from 8 to 10. Stress it. Continue.
Stress it, bro.
Yeah, I was about to make the final remarks.
That wasn't the final. That was an ad lib. I punch in every now and then. I ain't do your final. Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Do your thing. My bad, y'all. You know, I'm used to it.
But yeah, man. But no, we had reached the deadline, y'all. But first I want to say thanks to Malik, my brother. I love you, man. Thank you for coming here. Kelz, TTG Fit. Thank you, man.
You know what's going on.
Empress, IC Port Savannah. Thank you.
Stress it.
Love you. Jive, clicked up. You feel me? Thank you, man. Like I said, for all the fathers, for all the mothers that been doing it, and they taking care of these babies, man, because they need us. Appreciate you. Keep doing it. Because we doing it. Right. And it's a God that sits high and he looks low. He knows everything and he sees everything. Mm-hmm. Trust me, you're not forgotten. Keep going. Stress it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to be stressing it every Monday from 8 to 10. Tune in. Tap in. Peace.
But overall, it's a setup. I pray that Black Jesus keep it wounded hands on the ghetto.